Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome into my MLB The Show 18 franchise mode with the Chicago White Sox. This is game number 4 of the 2018 season. We are off to a 1-2 start going into game number 1 of this 3-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. You can see on the screen that they are 1-3 to start out the 2018 season. Guess we're all having some tough luck here at the beginning. Blue Jays will send Jaime Garcia to the mound to do battle against the White Sox, Miguel Gonzalez. You can see Garcia's stats from last year up there. I feel like I'm talking too happily for this music. Miguel Gonzalez is, had a rough career. He's had a bit of a rough go. Things are going to look better for him in the future, hopefully. There's Yoan Moncada with a fly ball out to left field. He does that a lot, if I'm being honest. If I'm being terribly, brutally honest, Yoan Moncada flies out quite a bit. I can't sustain that at all. I'm really enjoying the season so far. I'm having a lot of fun playing as these players. Just as a White Sox fan, there's a lot to be excited about coming up on the team this year. I know I've talked about that in the last couple of episodes, but really, what else am I going to talk about when I'm just sitting here serving up dingers to the Toronto Blue Jays? Not much. I could talk about mooses. Want me to talk about some meese? I could talk about maple syrup. I could talk about affordable health care, or I could just talk about the White Sox, because I have nothing else to talk about when it comes to Canada. In terms of what's going on in the channel, I cannot thank you guys enough for what has been happening lately. I'm seeing the subscriber count grow a lot, and that is absolutely amazing. Remember, I want to start a community here, and I want to talk baseball in the comments and all that good stuff. So if you have anything baseball related that you want to talk about, we have a fantastic community starting up here at this channel. So I think everybody will be willing to talk about pretty much any team. Look at this play, by the way. Donaldson scooches, I don't even know, accidentally shovels the ball over to the shortstop, and they still managed to get the out. I thought that was pretty wild. There's Yolmer Sanchez beating out a infield ground ball. And then my capture card died, so I had to go back and get the replay. So here's the rundown of what happened in that inning. Sanchez lines a single to center. Delmonico lines a single to left. Tim Anderson hits a sacrifice fly to left field. I almost said Scott Anderson, which is... that's a joke none of you guys would understand. Wellington Castillo lined to right for a single. Adam Engel doubled. Yoan Moncada popped out. And then Avisail Garcia hit a single to the shortstop, beat out an infield line drive for a single. Yeah. I can't speak. It's really weird to have to read this off of the screen here, because I'm overthinking everything. So that brought in the winning run, or the go-ahead run that would end up being the winning run. And then Joakim Soria goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 9th inning for a save and a White Sox victory. So the White Sox even their record to 2-2. And yeah, things are good. The video is over. So I want to fill you guys in on that whole Scott Anderson thing. The reason that I said Scott Anderson. So my girlfriend and I, we were sitting on the train coming home from Chicago. It was kind of late at night. It wasn't too late. And we were on the upper level. There's a 2-level setup. And we're sitting on the 2nd level, kind of down towards the end of the train. And there were a lot of people on. It was a reasonably timed commuter train. I think it was I want to say 8 or 9 o'clock, and we were on our way back out to the suburbs, so there was quite a few people on there. And we noticed these 2 guys sitting across the way. They're leaning up against the windows of the train and the back of the train, and they're drinking beer. They've probably had a few before we got on the train. They were noticeably inebriated. And so throughout the night, they're just going on and on and on and on about all this different work stuff, saying stuff like... I'm in charge of that project now, and I'm so stressed out, and I just don't know what I'm gonna do, and I hate everything about my life. And then the other guy's like, "Oh, dude, I understand, man. You've been working so hard, dude. You should be so proud." And they're just on and on and on and on about just drivel, nonsense, nothing. And finally, there's some silence. There's a little bit of silence. And then, we hear them open up more beer. And then this guy, the one guy goes, "Hey, you know who I hate, man?" "I don't know, man. Who do you hate?" "Dude, I just can't stand Scott Anderson, man." And they just go on for the next, 10 minutes about how horrible of a person this Scott Anderson guy is. They're just like, "F Scott Anderson, screw that guy, he's a scumbag, man, he's so useless." I'm assuming Scott Anderson is somebody that they work with, but my girlfriend and I were just trying so hard to not bust out laughing. They were being absolutely ridiculous. And we kind of looked around the train and we saw other people who were doing the same thing, trying to just hold in laughter, so we would make eye contact and just kind of smile, and it was really funny. At one point, somebody on the lower level looked up into the upper level to see what was going on. But so now that Scott Anderson thing is something that Mallory and I will we will say to each other to make each other laugh, and now you guys know about it. So give me your best Scott Anderson story in the comments.